Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amye Archer. I'm your host. I'm here today with my love correspondent, Becca, reporting for duty.
I don't know if I should be a love correspondent
Uh-oh.
because I think I may be toxic when it comes to love.
I mean, there is something I want to shame you about, though.
Oh, no.
Shame. Shame.
Please tell me you see the light on Kiera. Okay.
Shame.
I take your silence for what it is.
I actually may have doubled down on her. Now,
she is such a troublemaker.
She's horrible towards everyone else.
Yeah.
But I said to you, I think she's the Grinch. And AJ has made her heart grow 3 sizes.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this, my fellow Libra.
I find her incredibly...
I find her insufferable. She literally talks like she is a Bond villain.
But I think that's actually her. I think what we are seeing is her.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to give her some credit for not putting any airs on.
No, she is very authentic. I'll give you that.
Were you surprised to meet her friends?
Yes.
Because
her friends were lovely.
They did not seem to be as high maintenance as she lets herself pretend to be.
You know what it is, Becca? Somebody who's so impressed by money is just such a turnoff for me.
Yeah.
It just is. The princess behavior doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
Like the get me coffee and bring it to me and, whatever in my lair. But like I have a 300-pound minimum spend. Like, I don't like that shit.
But it seems like she's changing.
I hope so.
Is realizing I can be with a middle class. It's not so bad.
Mm-hmm. I could be with the poor.
No, that's too much for her. She's not there yet.
She thinks middle class is poor.
Yes. Middle class is her trying her best.
I have to tell you, tomorrow is my mom's 70th birthday.
Ooh.
And I have no gift for her yet.
Well, you can just take her to Pittsburgh to the zoo and she can see a kimono dragon.
A Komodo dragon, or as you and I call kimono dragon. Do I want to drive all the way to Pittsburgh? Is there one closer?
I think that was the closest one.
I wonder if there's one in the Philadelphia Zoo.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I need to get my sister involved. So Jenny and I had this idea that we would take her to a Broadway show and we would do dinner and then we would stay the night at Jenny's,
Mm-hmm.
We kind of dropped the ball. Jenny texted me yesterday. She's like, mom's birthday's Monday. I'm like, ooh. So now I'm like, can we go to a Yankees game? I don't know. It's going to be something I don't like doing, like a Yankees game or a terrible, I had to see Cats. So Jenny was saying maybe a good play and she'll pick one out. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But happy birthday, Mom, if you're listening. And I know you're not.
That'll be fun. 70. Wow.
70. Like for my dad, we threw a big party.
But that's not your mom.
My mom she just doesn't care about her birthday. I don't even understand this.
She doesn't care about her birthday?
Mm-mm.
Wow. What's that like?
You know what it is? I think she's jealous and upset because she's a Virgo and she was almost a Libra.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get there. All right. So let's do this, shall we? Have a lot to talk about, guys. We're covering Love is Blind UK Season 3, Episodes 5-8.
Mm-hmm.
We got some corrections. One of them is that the public school system in the UK, not how it is here in the United States. It's actually a paid system.
Yeah, it was so interesting to find this out. I just assume with my English language skills, public school is free. That's how it works here. But no, I was so fascinated to learn all that.
Same. Also, somebody wrote me about Matt Willis and they said he's a legit musician.
Okay.
And he was much younger than Emma when they got involved. And that makes it even spicier.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. So we split up our couples, guys. This is gonna be messy because we're
Yes.
all over the place here.
Yes.
So let me just do this. Let's talk about the group scene that we see on they're not even honeymoons, engagement trip.
Yeah, the retreat, as they like to call it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Let's talk about like what's going on the retreat as a whole. We'll talk about the couple scenes and then we can kind of, because not much happens on this trip.
No, not really. I mean, just the weirdness with Kira and Jack and, like, their conversations, but that's it.
And I'm going to say something controversial.
Mhm.
Episodes 5, 6, and 7, snooze.
Not a lot happens. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know what it is, Becca? You need a villain.
You
You
do.
need a villain. We had Chris on the American version of Love is Blind. We had, I don't know if you remember, Sam on the UK version last year.
Yeah.
We need a bona fide villain, like somebody
Yes.
who is there for evil purposes.
And that's why the group scenes are so good, because Kira is going around just starting shit
But
everywhere.
she's a baby villain. She has not
Yeah.
come into her own as the villain of the season.
No, because when she tries to be a villain in her own story, she cries.
Yeah, exactly. So at the couples meetup, Taylor and Sophie, I don't know if you clocked this, cannot keep their hands off each other.
They are so into each other.
They're so into each other.
They're going to get married, right? They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
Kira has on a lot of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And when she sees Jack, she's like, oh, I'm so happy to be with you, AJ. And she hugs him even harder. Okay, girl. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the long run, Kira will be happy that she did not pick Jack.
Oh, yes.
But right now, she's seeing Jack and she's kind of like, I got to lean into AJ even harder. And I don't know who she's trying to convince.
Herself.
She tells the camera that Jack has a stash, and that's a look for some people. His mustache is barely visible.
I love her. That's a look for some people.
The boys talk about intimacy. Taylor says it's been all green lights, and he's lit up like a little, like somebody who had their hand in the cookie jar. He's very excited.
He's never been happier in his life, this guy.
We learned that Faye and Jack have banged.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack really brags about how great the sex was.
Oh, they were all night long. All night long.
All night. All night. Kira and AJ fucked, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting that?
I'm pretty
sorry,
sure they
banged.
Banged. Yeah.
And, I wrote, this is just a bunch of hot people in bathing suits swimming, doing shots.
They're all good looking. They're all gorgeous. Yeah.
Kira's running around telling some of the group, including Joseph, that she's pissed because Jack is telling lies. She can't let this go.
No.
And while she's talking, okay, Fran and Joseph are there. Joseph's like, look, I'm going to vouch for Jack's side of things because I was in the pods. I'm close to, or not the pods. I was in the quarters with Jack. I'm close to him. Oh, wouldn't it be great if Joseph and Jack went in the pods and met each other and fell in love?
Aww.
We need a queer version of this show.
I would love a queer version of this show. Yes.
Yeah, the queer ultimatum was the best version of the ultimatum.
So
we need it for Love is Blind. So Jack, he's like, Jack did come in and say that you said he was your number one. And she goes, well, just because he said it doesn't mean it's true. And I do agree with her there. That's not great. She says, he was pushing me. And she keeps saying, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And Joseph goes, well, it sounds like you do care.
And she cares.
I thought that was really good.
But, Joseph likes to sprinkle in a little shit starting too.
Yes, he does.
He likes the drama.
AJ tells the bros he's never met someone he's so compatible with. I'm like, really? You're compatible with this woman?
Yeah.
And he's very happy. And all the bros are kind of like, yeah, this is perfect. Jack is now telling Joseph about what Kira is saying. So they're having a conversation about Kira and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Jack's like, I'm pissed because I feel like she was calling me fake.
Yes.
Because she told Faye I'm being disingenuous. You are being disingenuous. I'm just going to put that out there.
Because you were telling every girl the same exact thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Jack does admit there could have been some kind of miscommunication, but he's kind of like, this is so stupid. And I agree with Jack here.
Yes, I do too.
everybody was dating everybody else. And like this even extends to the Fran and Chevanique shit later.
Yes.
Like, of course, they had to narrow it down. So there's always going to be a runner up. It's the nature of the game. It's a competition love show.
And they make, in the US version and in this version, they make too much of an issue. Oh, who's first? Who's second?
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to know who's first until you ask that person to marry you.
Yes.
Like, you're dating. The purpose is to date all of these people to find out who's for you. So you're going to have multiple people in the running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time I think that something would bother me is, and we saw this on a couple seasons, and we even see it a little bit in the beginning here, is if somebody's telling multiple people the same thing.
Yes.
That becomes a problem.
Yes.
But otherwise it's like, yeah, I'm dating somebody else. That's the whole point of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird.
Yeah. They make too much of an issue out of it.
So Jack and Kira chat now. They're sitting aside. And he says, you go first. And she says, okay, are you ready for this, Becca? You got to follow it. She says, you said, I said, you were my number one. And that upset AJ. And our connection is so strong. I don't want anything to affect AJ.
Yeah.
Jack says, okay, it was a jokey conversation. Maybe I did go back and tell the boys that, but I didn't realize that it would affect you and AJ.
Yeah.
And Jack says, I find this odd because everyone is dating multiple people and I don't like dating multiple people. And she cuts him off and goes, are you sure?
Yeah. I thought something was going to be spilled there. Like,
I did too.
Yeah.
She says there was a lot, and this is a good point. She says to him, look, there was a lot of chatter already about you being disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I was not the one who started it and I didn't have to say it to Faye because she heard it.
Yeah.
And they fight over who broke up with whom. And she says, I was beginning to, and you slid in there. And he's like, he calls her boring. He's like, I had a date with Faye that was so great. And I came out and he goes, I don't know how to say this, but when I was with you, it was just boring.
And that was a knife to her heart. Like,
knife to the kidneys.
She was like, no man has ever in the history of my life called me boring.
I know. So they kind of, you could see they're just frustrated with each other. Now, I have to say, this is a refreshing twist from what we usually get on this show, which is there would be a lot of sexual chemistry between these two and there'd be a lot of flirting. No.
None. No, they are enemies.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one of the group scenes. And then we have some other stuff. So let's talk about the rest of the couples kind of on the honeymoon and up to Faye's birthday party. Okay. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Guys, we're going to be all over the place. We're covering 4 episodes. There's a lot of group scenes. So we're doing our best.
Yeah.
So
we want to talk about first.
Talk about Kira and AJ.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we start, like, we get this scene. Everybody is going on dates, and people are going on fun dates. They're going picnic rides. They're doing, all these things. What do they do? AJ gives Kira a massage. It's not even a professional. It's him giving her a massage.
And she's like, I like this. You could do this to me every night. No.
And that is just the quote for their relationship. AJ giving Kira a massage.
AJ giving Kira a beep, whatever.
Yeah. Then they start talking about how the last few days of the retreat have shown them that they're made for each other. And then they tell each other that they love each other. She tells him, he tells her, and they're staring in each other's eyes and they kiss. And it's like, wow, maybe they are falling in love. Then we get them the first night in the apartment. And they're discussing AJ's vision for his life now that he's not working in finance. And, Kira's pretty much telling him, listen, you're going to get a job, right? We're going to have money. I like to buy nice things. And then she goes, also, I like to buy nice things for myself and our children.
She gets pretty into this.
And you could see he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. In a few years, we're going to have children. Right now, we're going to live our lives. We're going to figure each other out. And she then goes into exact detail of where in London she wants to live and what kind of house she wants.
And production like trolls her because they like pan away and they're showing just like the nighttime B-roll and she's still going.
And it's like, I want Benjamin Moore cream number 778 on the walls. And I want, when you walk in, you'll see a marble statue of me. And like,
and because I am such a dork, I have to get my Virginia Woolf quote in here.
Okay.
Because at one point she's like, yeah, we're living in London, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me of the movie The Hours, where Virginia Woolf says to Leonard, I am dying in this town, because he like moved her out to the country and she has to go back to London. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Anyway.
Well, no, remember Kira says that she gets sick, physically ill.
Mm-hmm. I'm dying in this town, Leonard. Yes.
She doesn't live, I think, is it the West End? Like,
I don't know.
She's like a very specific neighborhood. I can only live here or else I will catch the flu.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, here I cannot disagree with Kira. She's telling AJ she likes to have the bed made as soon as she gets up.
We've talked about this.
Yes.
I am a crazy maniac about my bed being made.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, Becca, I don't make it right away.
It's a part of my morning routine.
Mm-hmm. Like an hour after I get up, I make it. Mm-hmm.
I will say if I, for some reason, I don't make my bed, which is very, very rare, and then I come home and I see it unmade, I'm like, ugh, sick.
Like I told you and Amanda when we were talking about this, if for some reason my bed's not made, look for my body in my house because it's probably there somewhere. But let's just say, I don't know, I was sick or something, right? I will make the bed before I get in it. It has to be orderly.
I cannot get into a scrunched up mishmash wish-wash bed. No, not for me. But that's what Kira's rules. It's as soon as she gets up, and she likes to sleep in the mornings, and AJ likes to get up and go. And the rule is that AJ must, as soon as one of her eyes just start to open, not speak to her, just hand her coffee.
I'm sorry, I just have a problem with this. This is so like, be your own savior. You know what I mean? Like, get your own fucking coffee. I don't know. I don't like it. It just it bothers me. It's my own personal view. I'm sorry, but it bothers me.
Steve makes a coffee for me in the morning and brings it to me in the morning.
Don't demand it.
But I do not demand
That's
it.
That's the difference. If AJ brought her coffee every morning, great. There's mornings where Timmy makes my coffee for me, but it's like there's mornings where I make his coffee for him.
Yes.
I don't demand that of him. I would never.
No, but Kira doesn't ask. Kira demands.
Yeah.
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 And then it turns into this kind of weird, are they joking? Are they fighting? Are they nitpicking each other? And like they just kind of go back and forth about the things that each other like do and what they don't do. And I don't like those kind of conversations, like that mean fighting, joking.
Yeah. They're like nipping at each other.
And then after they do that, because Kira's sitting at her vanity, she turns around and shakes her hair and smiles and says,
she's like a real life Cinderella.
She's like Aurora, the princess from Sleeping Beauty. That's who she reminds me of.
Yes.
Kira goes, AJ, what do I bring to the household? And he says, clear directions of what you want me to do.
Here's what I'm going to say. I know guys like AJ. This is going to get old.
It's going to get very old.
Like, it's fine for now, and he might ride this out for 2 or 3 years, but this will get old.
Yes.
Because this is not realistic for a long-lasting marriage. 2 people have to be in the marriage. 2 people, 2 opinions, 2 lifestyles.
Yes.
It's not just one. It's so weird.
Does she want a partner or does she want a butler?
Move Mr. Belvedere in. Streaks on the china. Yeah, move him in.
Because she doesn't she wants to just like take her shirt off and drop it on the floor and someone pick it up and put it away for her. Like,
wild.
It's kind of crazy.
If the genders were swapped here, we would be apoplectic with our criticisms of AJ.
But instead, Kira says, hey, my love language is acts of service being done for me. And AJ's love language is doing acts of service for me.
Okay. Right.
And then we find out that they get into a big fight the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a little scene of Kira just sitting there all sad, little frowny face, staring deeply into her diamond.
Does she have her pearls and her little dress on?
a little crow at her shoulder. And we find out that AJ left and he slept in a different apartment. And we get a conversation with AJ, and we find out that his parents weren't comfortable being on camera, and they wanted to meet her off camera. And I think she had a tantrum.
She flipped out about this. Do you have any insight as to why?
No, it seemed, only what she says, which was that she was in a mood and she wanted to fight.
AJ, dude, you're like a week or two into this, and she's already picking fights because she's in a mood.
And AJ's like, whoa, that kind of freaked me out. And I feel like for the first time, I've seen the real Kira. So what did she do? It must have had been bad for him to leave, for him to feel he needed to leave.
Yeah.
And then AJ, I really like how they all get together a lot, the couples. Like they seem friends. And AJ goes over to talk to Jordan about it. And we find out that they had been drinking and they went out to dinner and they just were fighting at dinner.
And he had to get her out of the restaurant.
Yes.
Without causing a scene.
That's crazy. I have never fought. You don't fight outside your home.
Not when you're, how old is she? You fight in a bar, you're screaming at each other when you're 22. She's 28.
No, and this is not how Kira behaves.
Hold on. She's 29.
Even older.
Okay. All right.
But Jordan says, hey, where's your head at? Where do you think this is going to lead you? And AJ says, I don't know. Kira has these walls up and I don't know how to take them down. And then he brings up the money and he says, Kira has all these expectations of how we're going to spend money and how she's going to spend my money and how she wants my money spent on her. And he's like, I really liked what he said. He goes, I have to figure out if this is a difference of opinion or values.
Yeah.
Because if this is values, our relationship is over.
And that is, to me, that is what turns me off so profoundly about her.
Yeah.
Is that she just values money and things.
She does.
That's bad.
I'd like to know more about her upbringing. What caused her to value money so much? Was it there was a lack of it, a lack of resources? So now she's holding on to every resource?
Which has been my experience with people like this in my own personal life, is they didn't have much.
Same.
Or was she the gilded lily? Was she treated like a little princess on a golden pillow by her parents? We don't know.
And it's hard because at least in these episodes, we don't meet anybody except for her friends.
Yeah.
Who seem so down to earth and not like her. But so then we get, production had to have Jasmine go over to see Kira so that they could have a scene. And she tells her point of view from the argument. And I was actually really impressed with Kira at this moment. She took responsibility.
Yeah, she tells Yasmin, is it Yasmin or Jasmine? I have Yasmin.
I have Yasmin. I write down Yasmin and they call her Yaz. So.
Yeah. She tells her, I was a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
I was acting out.
And that's where she says I was in a mood and I was probably self-sabotaging and I wanted to push his boundaries to see how far I could push him. That's not healthy. That's
no.
Because you know what? This is not the first time she's behaved like this and it will not be the last. And Yaz tells Kira, you have to talk to AJ about this. You need to tell him everything that you're telling me because you're taking accountability. You know what you've done. And, now you can move forward. And Kira says that she realized that she wants to be with AJ and this wasn't a good representation of who she is. And interesting, AJ is like, man, I've just seen the real Kira.
Yeah.
So I think this is who she is.
That is interesting.
Yeah. And then AJ goes home and you got Kira just sitting there, so sad. And she tells him that she should start and that she was being, everything that she says to Yaz, she tells him.
Mm-hmm.
And I give him so much credit because he could have just folded and like taken her apology and like, it's all right. You didn't,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But no, he stuck to his guns and he was like, we're just going to have to see what happens moving forward. And you can't act like this anymore. And, he says, thank you so much for apologizing. Next topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he brings up the money to her and how he's been feeling. And he says, I cannot afford to continue doing nights like this. I can't take you out to dinner and drinks and the night of your life. It can't be the best date every night.
I mean, not many like average middle class people can keep up with that.
No.
But AJ, don't forget, did say in the pods, he likes the finer things in life too.
Yeah. And he came from finance where he was making a lot of money and you do go out to a lot of dinners. And but, he doesn't want to feel the pressure of keep doing those things. And it's actually bringing up an insecurity in him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like it. And I don't know if this is the truth, but Kira says those things don't matter to her anymore because she's so in love with him that his love has given her a new headspace. And she has never once ever been responsible for other people's feelings before. Wow. Okay. And now for the first time in her life, she's thinking about someone else. And that's because of the power of his love.
Okay. All right. And then that's up to the party, right?
Yeah. I
don't know if there's any of them after the party. We'll have to, we'll get there.
Did we meet? I think we meet her friends
after the party.
After the party. That's what I have in my notes. I have AP, which for me in my notes is after the party.
Okay. All right.
Maybe,
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So let's get Faye and Jack out of the way, shall we?
Oh, let's.
So they're having some wine and they're chatting. This is still on the retreat. And Faye asks him how the chat with Kira went. And he says, well, I know you're friends with her, but it was difficult and I don't like her. I did not like her. And he says, he goes, he already knows this is coming. He goes, she's probably going to be telling people I said she was boring. He's like, but I didn't mean it that way. Like and I don't think he meant it that way.
No.
And again, it's really, I have a lot of internalized misogyny. I talk about this all the time. Like, I know I'm giving him pass on things that I shouldn't, but I'm also going to come for him later. So yeah. Faye says, we were both better suited in the couples that we're in. And he's like, yeah, I agree. Yeah. So later, they're having this dinner and Jack and AJ have a chat and he apologizes to AJ for how upset AJ was. AJ's like, oh, what? Okay, I wasn't that upset, but all right, gotcha. And he's like, also, I'm in love with Faye and I don't know how to tell her. So he does this whole thing with candles and rose petals and it feels love bomby to me.
It didn't feel, it felt, I don't know. Yeah, it felt.
I worry about him with the love bombing because it's a little intense.
I feel like he's always one step away from doing something naughty, so he's prepared. Yeah.
So they get back into London. They're in the apartments, and they call his mom right away. Yeah. And he's like, I'm in love with her. I'm in love with her. She's perfect. That kind of language worries me. She's perfect.
Yes.
Nobody's perfect.
His highs are very high and his lows feel very low.
He reminds me very much of Felipe from Married at First Sight.
Yes.
And mom is very supportive and they go to meet his family later in Cornwall. The B-roll is like something I could put in my spank bank here. Like this fucking place is beautiful. And they're lovely. And mom says to Faye, you're old enough. I trust you guys. You make your own decisions. And she says, as long as Jack is happy, that's all I care about. Faye talks so lovingly about Jack. And mom says, it's so nice to hear someone talk about him the way I know him.
Yeah.
Which indicates to me that there's been a problematic past.
And the brother is shocked at how he's behaving and like, I've never seen him act like this before. Like, so that makes me nervous.
I'm going to knock out the guys chatting and the girls chatting back at the apartment. So AJ comes in. They're all sitting down, all the guys. This is at the apartments in Seattle. AJ says, I'm a morning person, but I have to wait on this woman hand and foot, basically, and bring her coffee before I could even talk to her. Jack is buzzing. They use buzzing a lot. I'm buzzing.
They do. Yeah.
And he says, I would marry Faye today. Joseph says, family is really important, and I want my family to sign off on Francesca. But I will say, like, it feels like a very complete love with her. I thought that was very nice.
That was so sweet.
Taylor and Sophie have not decided where to live, and that seems to be their only issue because these two are banging it out 24/7.
But I don't even think it's an issue because he has like 17 job interviews lined up. So he's going to be fine.
And then my final thought here is Jack says, I shared my location with Faye because she will probably have to come pick me up drunk sometime soon. So there's that. Okay. Now at the girls, they meet at Sophie's.
Yes.
Basically, all the girls talk about how obsessed their fiancés are with them.
Yes.
And how everything is perfect and everything is great. And Yasmin's kind of like, I don't really feel that. Okay, so there's this whole side plot now with Kira creating some drama around Francesca and Chevanique. And they had this conversation at the retreat where Kira looked like she was having a summer garden party in her little Elizabeth Taylor dress, and she just invites Cuba over, and she's like, I don't think that Joseph is being honest with Francesca because he told Chevanique something different in the pods. He told her he was still open to getting to know her. That is not what happened.
Okay. My problem is Kira made it sound like Joseph was interested in getting to know her in the real world.
Exactly. And Kira knew what she was doing when she made it sound that way.
And that's what got into Francesca's head. Like, wait, does he really want to be with me, or is he planning on like dumping me and then going and seeing her?
So basically what you guys need to know is Cuba runs and tells Francesca this, and Francesca tells Joseph, and Joseph's really fucking annoyed that Kira, if she was legitimately concerned, she's not concerned about any of these women. She's just stirring the pot. That she ran right to Cuba and not to Francesca herself.
Yeah. And I like how he goes, interesting. So Cuba heard it from Kira, who Kira heard it from Chev. I mean, like, he knows.
So Francesca, in this group setting, she brings this up, and Kira somehow blames Jack. She says, well, here's what she says. Francesca says, Joseph's upset you didn't come to me directly. And Kira says, well, I was tainted and excluded from the group because of Jack. So I didn't think anyone wanted to talk to me. Oh, sure, girl.
What?
All right.
I know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh,
Cuba is upset that Ryan's not showing her enough romance. We'll get into them in a minute. And he talked a lot about romance in the pods, and he's not really, putting his money where his mouth is there.
Yeah.
And then Yasmin basically tells them that she's not feeling the same level of love from Jordan that they all are. And then they all tell her what a wonderful friend she is, and she cries.
Yeah.
So why don't we do Cuba and Ryan since we're there?
Okay. There's really not much with them.
Did you catch that he was wearing the medallion to protect him from EMFs?
Yes, I did. Wow.
This guy doesn't think the moon landing happened, right?
No. Well, I mean, neither do I, but
Pyramids built by aliens. Got it.
So, even I'm going to wrap them all up even before and after the party because it's pretty, they're pretty simple.
That's fine.
They are both yoga, drum circle, sound bath junkies.
I love this for them.
I love this for them. I love that they found somebody who's into the same stuff that they're into.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
it's not my jam, but I love it for them.
Yeah. And, I like to I love a good sound bath. So I have a 1 foot in with their jam.
Yep.
they are doing this blindfold dance and letting the frequencies go through them and unite them. And Ryan loves Cuba's flow, and they get pretty sexual. Like they're kissing and staring at each other while they're dancing.
Yeah. They have good chemistry.
Cuba says she's feeling Ryan's soul. And they talk about how this is so scary because of their connection, but their physical connection is new, but they're connected spiritually, and I just love it. Then we get them talking about they can't wait to live together, and Ryan says he can't wait to find all clean food for them.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, again, this is kind of off the beaten path, right? Like not something I would be talking about or thinking about, but like this is harmless.
No,
they're not hurting anyone. Like they love this. They're on their own spiritual journey. Good for them, right?
Yeah.
It's when this stuff kind of starts to leak out into like policy making and stuff like that it becomes a problem.
Yeah. Then we learn that Ryan likes independence, and it's very important to him, and he needs a lot of alone time. He recharges in alone time. And then they start to do more breathing and meditating. And then when they get back home, Ryan is gone all the time for work. It seems like
this sounds amazing.
Travels 2 to 3 days, out of the week. But
I'm like, oh, these two will make it because he's never around.
But she's feeling lonely. She says, I've had partners who have traveled before or needed independence, but they still kept connected to me, and he is not staying connected to me.
You know who he reminds me a little bit of, Becca? Jesse Meester.
Yes, he does. There is a Jesse Meester vibe.
There's a vibe, right? Yeah.
There's a Venn diagram where they meet.
100%.
He finally comes home from another business trip. They're so happy. They're hugging, they're kissing on the couch. But then Ryan gets kind of weird, and he just wants to be on his phone. And Cuba's like, his energy is shifted. And Ryan says he's exhausted at these events because he's giving his energy to hundreds of people.
And we see an event.
And I didn't see hundreds of people, but I can see. I
saw tens of people.
Yeah. Speaking in front of people does take a lot out of you.
It really does.
I've speaking on large scales at work, and you're tired at the end of the day. Cuba is journaling and doing positive meditation, trying to work on, bringing them closer. And Ryan comes in and talks about his mood and how he wants to come home and see her, but he doesn't have the energy to give, and he's trying to figure this out. And it feels like Cuba is doing a lot for Ryan, and Ryan isn't doing a lot for Cuba.
I agree. I love that scene where like it's just dead silence.
Yeah.
And she's like eating a grape and you could hear it. She's like, oh, sorry.
And, we find out Ryan tells the guys in there when they meet up that since he's been with Cuba, his liver and kidneys are bothering him, and he's been sweating in his sleep a lot. So this is telling him there's something going on with his body and this relationship. And he's starting to get doubts. And then unfortunately, Ryan's grandmother gets very sick.
Oh, this is so sad.
And it's so sad because Cuba wants to be there for him, but she can't because they're new. Like, you just don't bring your new fiance of a month to your grandmother's. This is not, and she's totally understandable about this.
Yeah.
Like, she's not upset. She's like, I want to make his life easier and don't put pressure on him. And
I actually have a story about this.
Oh,
when Timmy and I started dating, it was September 3rd of 2005. My grandmother died the day before my birthday that year. So 3 weeks later, his grandmother died a week after that.
Oh,
and I had to ask Timmy to be a pallbearer at my grandmother's funeral. My family hadn't even met him.
Oh, that's
because
so kind of him.
My family, like, we're not a big family, and we didn't have enough pallbearers. So he did it. He really did it. And then same funeral home, we turn around and go a week later for his grandmother. And the owner of the funeral home or whatever, the director, says to Timmy, do you do this for a living?
Are you a professional funeral goer?
But I remember how weird that was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
because
totally.
like, Okay, I guess I'm like only dating you a month. I have to go to your grandmother's funeral and you're coming to mine, and it's very strange.
But, I think sometimes if that's your person, that's your person.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter time.
And let me tell you something. I was with my ex-husband for 8 years,
Mhm.
and I guarantee you I would have asked him to be a pallbearer at my grandmother's funeral. He would have said no. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that Timmy's like, I'm dating you 3 weeks and I'll do it, told me everything about his character.
It's everything you need to know about Timmy right there. Yep.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, that's so sweet. I like that story though. I know it's kind of a little morbid, but I like it.
And let's not talk about my grandmother dying a day before my birthday.
Really inconsiderate.
Really upset me that year. R.I.P. to my gram.
Oh, yeah, good gram. But back to these guys. Cuba tells us that our journey looks really different than the other couples because we've had the least amount of time together. And
yeah, it's true.
She's just crying, and I don't know. I'm worried about these two.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be a no.
I think they're both gonna be a no because
I could see it going either way. You're right. I could see it going either way. I could see him saying it too.
Yeah, I think his liver and kidneys issue, because of how he's so connected to his body, I think that's really getting in his head.
Yeah, I agree. Can we talk about Sophie and Taylor? There's really nothing with them. We hardly ever see them.
And that's good. When you don't see someone, it's because they're boring and they're in love.
They're just falling more and more in love. They have this chat on the thing on the retreat about his tattoos. He reveals he has some girls' names on his ass. She's not happy with it. He didn't sleep with them or anything. And she's like, this is not okay.
That's interesting. You're just getting girls on your butt that you didn't sleep with.
She tells the camera, only idiots get random names tattooed on their ass. But it was 10 years ago. He was 20 years old. I'm going to let it go. Yeah. Later, they go to her house. It's very neat and tidy. She says she's house proud. Later, they go, I didn't realize this was my couple and I didn't take extensive notes. I'm sorry. Later, they go for a tour around London and they get it all wrong. It's kind of funny. Do we meet family? We meet his family. Because we see his little nephews and they're like, oh, what do you think of Uncle Tay and this beautiful woman? And it's really sweet. Yeah. And like these guys, I can't think of any conflict that came up. I think they're good.
Even the conflict of, oh, she lives in Manchester. It's not even a conflict because it's obvious they're going to move there because she owns a home. And so she's more established in her community there. And he already has a ton of job interviews.
Yeah, he's good. They're good.
It's not like he's even had a discussion about, oh, I'm so nervous. In fact, he's like, oh, no, I don't get nervous for job interviews.
Yeah. He's
I've
like,
got you on my side.
I'll nail this. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't take notes on them. I don't know why I didn't think they were my couple, but they are. It's on the list.
The most, I guess, the other drama that they had is that she just doesn't cook and she can't even make little cup of noodles.
Yeah.
But you know what? Married at first sight, men. Listen up. He said, these were the best cup of noodles I've ever had.
Yes.
Because you made them.
Yes, Sean, motherfucker. Pay attention. Okay. Who do we want to go to next? Why don't we do Francesca and Joseph?
Okay.
And then we'll do Yasmin and Jordan.
Okay. I kind of have a lot for them.
There's a lot.
So they, okay. So there's something I've noticed about Joseph. And it would kind of annoy me personally.
It is. Ha 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 ha. It's what it is.
It is. Everything is the best. So like when they go out on their date and he takes a bite of food. Oh my God, this is the best. Oh, okay, you're the best looking woman. I'm like, really? This is the best grilled cheese you've ever had? Relax.
Oh, this is me. This is me. Timmy will tell you every night I get into our bed, I go, oh, I love our bed. This is the best bed in the world. He's like, okay.
Then they start talking about during dinner, like what their life is going to look like when they go back to London. And Joseph, we find out that Joseph likes to go to the gym and he assumes that Francesca does too. And they can go to the gym together. And as soon as Francesca hears about gym work and her going, she's like, I need to talk to you about something. In previous relationships, I have felt like I was walking on eggshells about my weight. My weight can fluctuate. Sometimes I'm 10 pounds heavier than what you see today. Sometimes I'm 10 pounds lighter. And how would you feel if I did gain weight? And Joseph says, well, that doesn't matter. I love your body. I think your body's amazing. And I just want you to be healthy and happy.
Good
And
answer.
listen, I love sweet treats too.
It's so interesting because we talk about this a lot on 90 Day Fiance.
Mhm.
Other countries don't have as much of a hang up as Americans do around this kind of stuff, like talking about it, I mean.
Yes.
And
And
so like I was stunned to hear this conversation, but then I'm kind of like, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it's a good conversation to have.
I'll have to say, watching these men from the UK was refreshing because the conversations that they have with just each other when it's guys' night is so much. On maths, we're getting, oh, I wish she had bigger titties. On Love is Blind UK, we're getting, I think this woman is the love of my life. We're both tonight going to tell her we love you. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a different.
Yeah.
And I think it's a culture. You see different cultures. Like,
and I think they also started casting older. These people are
Yes.
all almost 30 or over 30. Like we're
Yes.
getting away from the 22-year-olds. And I think that matters too.
It really does. You have to have people who are ready for marriage, not just starting off their life. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then this is where we get Francesca tells Joseph about what Cuba told her and all, the Chev situation. And they start to, after that conversation, they talk about meeting each other's families. And both of them say what their families think about their partner is important to them. And then Francesca kind of starts giving Joseph the rules about her parents. And they seem to be a little bit more conservative. Please don't swear in front of them, please and thank yous and sirs. But then she goes, you'll do fine. And a couple days later, Fran's back is hurting. Joseph runs her a bath. They seem like they're just having a great time together.
He runs her a bath. How lovely.
I know. I wish someone would run me a bath.
Yeah, I wish somebody'd run me a bath.
I got to run my own around here. And they just are always talking about, they're always talking about like, what's it going to look like in the future for them? What is the next chapter for them? Where do they see their relationship going? And then Joseph meets Fran's parents.
Ooh.
And it
doesn't, as Darcy and Stacey would say, doesn't go good.
Doesn't go good. At first it seems like it is. Joseph brings her mother a beautiful bouquet of flowers. They pop some bottles. They have mimosas. Her mom tells him, has anyone ever told you look like Michael Jordan?
He kind of does. After she said that, I was like, oh, I could see it.
Yeah. And they all kind of giggle about how tall he is. And they ask him about his past relationships and how long he had been in them for. And we find out he hasn't been in a lot of long-term relationships. And he says, a lot of it is because the minute that there was conflict, I would leave because I grew up in a house with a lot of conflict and I don't want to carry that into my adulthood. And they seem to really take that as an answer. And then he tells them how much he loves their daughter and how this is all out of character for him too. And then the parents are pretty much like, listen, what is the plan? You have 4 weeks to get married. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And, they do the whole, oh, I'm going to use the restroom. You stay here and talk to your parents thing.
Of course.
And her parents.
Ooh, they're not happy.
In this conversation, she turned 15.
Yes.
Even though her demeanor in the chair, like, and you come to find out she lives at home. He lives at home. And her father straight up says, so you're going to get married on a Tuesday and move back home on Wednesday?
Yeah, it's very strange. Their plan is to move back in with their parents.
And I guess then save up and move in together.
Yeah. I mean, part of the whole, and I know I romanticized this a bit and I probably shouldn't, but part of the whole fun of getting married is like, let's move in together and be broke together and figure it out together. Like that's the struggle.
Yeah. And after their meeting, we get Joseph going, whoa, this is the first time we have spoken to somebody outside of the Love is Blind bubble.
Yeah.
And everybody who's in this bubble is super excited for us. But when now I can see what people outside the bubble are thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
And
wake-up call.
he's like, people are like, this is a crazy experiment. What are you doing? And, Fran's mom just tells him, be serious. And I hope you take care of my daughter and you're everything she wants in a partner. And then you get Francesca standing up for her and saying, let me tell you why I love this man.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. And I worry though, because her parents are not into it. They just
Becca, did you have a little shiver go down your spine when the mother's talking about like you're gonna get married and move back in with me?
Yeah, I was like,
No, we can't have this happen.
yeah. And I wonder, I wish we learned, we don't really know anything about them, right? Like, did you have to quit your job to come on Love is Blind? And that's why
Right.
you are like
Yeah.
moving back home with your parents?
Yeah, I mean, I could see doing it to save money to buy a
Yeah.
house. I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah. And then we just get them talking about it the next morning. And she told him that it made her love him even more, seeing how he acted with her parents and how he like stood up to the challenge of them being against their love.
And she does tell him, and I think this is an important distinction. She's like, they loved you.
Yes.
But they're not into the marriage idea.
Yeah. And then that's what the rest is after the party.
Okay. Yasmin and Jordan, they are debriefing after the group session. And he's like, I'm so into you. You're gorgeous. She says she's worried about being too independent, having somebody in your space. She's never had that before. She tells the camera, we're going slow, but I'm happy. And, I hope that he says, I love you soon. In their apartment, this is the scene I want to talk to you about.
Oh.
They're just chit-chatting about their phones, getting their phones back. And she's showing him pictures of herself. And she has her makeup on. And she says, this was me like hiding, like passing, with my vitiligo covered up. And he's like, you're beautiful. He's very reaffirming, And I was hoping that he didn't say, oh my God, you look great. I did not want him to say that.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
No.
So she says, let me see your Instagram. So she's looking and she's like, oh, just scrub it because there's only like 4 pictures on there. And he's like, no, maybe. Yeah, fine. And then she goes, let me see your DMs very casually.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, okay. And she's like, who's this woman? Who's this?
Yeah.
It was not good.
No. And he's like, these are spams. And I get those too. I get a bunch of them. Like, oh, you're so good looking. I'm a doctor in Peru and let's get married. And I'm like,
And you're like, okay, maybe I'll marry a doctor in Peru. That sounds good.
I'm moving to Peru to start a llama farm, guys. Bye.
So how did you feel about this? Do you think that he has to show her his phone?
I think the conversation about phones gets very, very complicated, especially like where you are in this kind of relationship. Like when Steve and I first started dating, if I went through his phone, which I didn't because I don't care about those kind of things, I would probably see things that would be like,
Yeah, sure. Of
because
course.
we just started dating.
Yes.
I wasn't a part of his life.
I agree.
But now 13 years into it, one, I don't want to see his phone now. Like, who cares? But now if I were to look at it and I saw something, but
very different.
You can't judge somebody for an Instagram DM from 6 months ago when you didn't even know he was going on the show.
And I see that, and we'll talk about this later with the phone tracking, but like this generation, they're all about like sharing that kind of stuff. And I think we're starting to see it swing back the other way a little bit. I hope.
Yeah.
But it's tough. I see this with my daughters a lot. Like there's just no privacy.
No. And how like my sons have all of their friends and locations and like they check it.
Yes.
Like, they like go and see where everybody is. And like the minute somebody has removed as we see later on, there's a lot of mental load that is taken on these Find My Friends. Like,
Yeah, there's like a
yeah.
whole set of norms now
Yes.
around what we share and what is monitored and what is it's I don't
It's
know. I
yeah,
don't know.
it's the Gen Xer in me doesn't like it.
No. All right. So she goes through his phone, like I said, and he's not happy. And I didn't say this before because I want to save it, but he mentions this to the guys later when he's
Mhm.
in the group chat with them. He's like, something weird kind of happened.
Yeah.
And he tells them the story, and they're all kind of like, she did? And he does say, to give her grace, she's never been in a serious relationship. So maybe she doesn't understand or she's feeling insecure, nervous.
Yeah.
He always does say the right thing about her. I just feel like there is nothing between them.
No. And I
But
have a thought process but
I do too, because the ick happened somewhere.
yeah.
So they're at dinner having a conversation about their relationship, and he says the pace is a bit slower than he's used to. And she says, "You are in this relationship too. If the pace is too slow for you, please tell me. We'll move a little faster. I want to make sure your needs are being met
Yeah.
as well as mine." I thought that was very mature of her to say.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, I don't know if I would
Yeah.
say that to someone. Yeah.
No, and so later after the girls all chat, she brings up to him that all of the other girls feel their fiancés are obsessed with them. They're bringing flowers, and he just kind of, I don't know if you clocked this about him, but he's just like, yeah,
Yeah. It was
yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
He doesn't give her much to work with.
No.
And so he does say, like, we can't compare ourselves to the other couples. We're moving at a different pace.
Yeah.
So he does bring her flowers the next day.
But, the other day I had a tantrum about people not vacuuming this house.
Oh,
They
okay.
shall remain nameless.
Sure.
I walked around stomping saying, wow, I guess I'm the only one who vacuums.
Okay, Timmy. Timmy will go, somebody left the light on. I'm like, somebody here.
It's just you two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then that day, vacuuming did not happen. The next day, vacuuming did not happen. So then I passively aggressively vacuumed. And I sat down and my husband said, I know that you wanted me to vacuum, but I'm not going to vacuum just because
you want me to.
You told me to vacuum yesterday.
Oh, no wonder why Timmy and Steve get along so well.
And he goes, just so you know, I was going to vacuum tomorrow, 2 days after you told me you need. So what I'm saying is, it kind of irritates me that he brought the flowers because she told him to bring the flowers.
Right.
And he did it the next day.
Right. Yeah.
Or at least that's how they make it seem. Yeah.
You gotta wait.
Yeah.
So they meet his family. His family is lovely. She tells the family that Jordan is kind.
Yeah.
She talks about how he responded to her vitiligo. And she's like, he didn't even tell you guys that I had it. And I think that's really great. And she lives in London. He's in Birmingham, as we talked about. And that's 2.5 hours away. And they talk about the commitment. And Jordan says, I hope we can get to a yes, but we're taking things slower than the other couples. Then Eric, his dad, pulls him aside for a chat. And he's like, she seems really lovely. Are there any issues here? And Jordan says, and we start to see, he's like, well, the whole experiment is finished. Like when it's finished, that's when real life hits, right? And I'm going to be living up there and living away from my family and my friends and my support. And it's not something I'm into. I don't know what's going on. Then he says, also, too, there's like something missing between us. Dad says, and I thought this was good advice. Look, this has to be right for you. Nobody else. Because Jordan keeps doing this thing where he's like, she's this delicate flower. She's so precious. I have to treat. And I respect that. But I also think Yasmin will not like that.
No.
Because she is tough and she is strong. And like, just tell it to her, dude.
Yeah. Can I tell you what I think?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think when he says she's never had anybody tell them that they love her and I want it to be perfect for her, and we're going slower than every other couple. I don't think they've had sex.
No, they haven't had sex.
And I wonder, it's not being said, but could she's never had anyone tell them they love her, could it be she's never had sex before.
Maybe.
And she's a virgin, and that is weighing on him that he would be the first person she had sex with.
It could be. I remember on Married at First Sight a couple seasons ago, we had a situation where there was this woman, Iris, and she was a virgin. And her partner was very put off by that just because he was like, I don't want to be her first, and then it doesn't work out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm only meeting her for like, I know we're 2 weeks. Like, and it like got in his head and affected their relationship.
I think that's happening here because I think he's so into her, but I think that got in his head of, I want everything to be perfect for her because this is her first relationship and she is such a wonderful person.
Yeah.
And I think that got in that somehow turned into an ick that he didn't even understand was an ick.
You may be swaying me because at first I thought the ick came with the phone. But and the ick could be something like, I just want somebody with a little more life experience.
Yeah, and it's not bad not having a ton of relationships or being a virgin until you're married, if that's what it is. I don't I don't know. But I think for him, it's a lot of pressure. It feels like it's becoming an additional pressure to him, just not the merit. Like, that's what I think. Yeah.
I agree. All right. We did everybody up to the party, right?
Yeah.
We had one more little scene that I want to talk about. Kira and Yasmin met up with Shevanique.
Oh, yes.
And they chat over drinks, and Kira's like, I'm just so worried about Shevanique. This is before Shevanique gets there. I'm so worried about her. She's been through absolute dog shit in these pods. Like, she was so upset. And Yasmin says, well, okay. I think she's okay, but whatever. So now Shevanique comes in and the three of them are talking, and Kira explains to Shevanique how the conversation with Cuba about her connection with Joseph just kind of organically came up. No, it didn't.
Popped up. Yep.
No, it didn't. She literally said, I don't think Joseph is being honest with Francesca, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Yep.
So Shevanique's like, I don't want to step on her connection with Joseph, but I do want to talk to him. He owes me an explanation. So she's coming into this Faye's birthday party all amped up, ready to go. All right. Faye's birthday party. Can we discuss that this idiot Jack put up streamers with bubblegum? I would have lost my goddamn mind if somebody put bubblegum on my fucking windows. Go to the Dollar General and get a thing of Scotch tape.
That's like something the boys would have done like in 3rd grade.
And this is Jack. That's Jack.
Jack is constantly in this. Dating Jack is dating a 7th grader.
Yeah. Because you had the wherewithal to go get the balloons and the streamers.
Yeah.
Where's the tape?
You knew you didn't have tape.
So everybody comes out to this bar. They're all glammed up. They look great. Shots. Everybody's doing shots. Jack is talking to the boys about not meeting Faye's family yet. He's going to meet them tomorrow. He's a little nervous because they're a big, tight family, and he's going to ask them for their blessing. And guess who shows up?
Her parents.
This was a choice.
Oh, it was a good production. Good job.
Because Jack already is a couple shots in. And you could tell he's buzzed up.
Yep.
He's buzzing.
And his face gets a little red when he's drinking.
Jack runs over to Faye's mom, picks her up, twirls her around. I was like, oh my God. What about my back, my hip? Be careful.
She didn't seem to mind. She was like,
these parents look younger than me. So I don't know.
And Faye looked just like her mom. Like her mom is a beautiful woman and probably was a smoke show back in her day.
I agree. Faye's dad seems to like Jack. Yeah. Everything's fine. Everybody's having a good time. Cuba and Yasmin have a chat about Yasmin and Jordan not saying I love you. And she says, we're just learning one another. And, in the pods, this was interesting. In the pods, he said he would move to London. Not a problem.
Yep.
But now he's kind of like, backtracking a little bit. And, she says she is open to getting a job there. So let me see what she does because I forget. Is she a nurse?
Isn't she the doesn't she work in
She's a
orthopedics?
physician's assistant. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
at the orthopedics. Yep. So, lots of drinking.
Lots of drinking.
At one point, we see Sophie run around 2 slices of pizza, and that would be me.
And I love it. She's like, wedding diet. Nom, 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 nom.
Mhm. They keep showing us a very unhappy Jordan. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Kira just keeps stirring the shit with Chevanique and Francesca. Now we have an outside chat with Francesca and Cuba. And they're talking about Ryan not communicating. I feel so lonely. He didn't even text her when he was away.
Yeah.
He is inside spewing his word vomit at Joseph, who just drinks it in. Joseph is here for everything Ryan. He would join Ryan's cult.
Yeah. He's into it.
Yeah. He says, Ryan says, I have to get better with communicating with Cuba while I'm away. But, this pressure, and this is where he talks about his kidneys and his liver and all that stuff acting up.
Sweats. Oh.
Yasmin asks Jordan, what's wrong? And he decides to have like a serious relationship conversation in a bar.
Like, come on.
Dude, wait till you get home.
You just brought the mood down.
Oh, man. And this is Faye's birthday. And what is she, Becca?
A Libra.
Do we know when? Is she a September Libra?
I couldn't find out that, but we do know that in 2025, Diwali was on October 20th.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Yasmin kind of says to him, like, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't want you to have wasted your university and your medical school on like he's not making sense. Because what's going unsaid here and what Cuba brings up later to her, and I was glad Cuba did this, is she's like, you can go anywhere. What is he talking about wasting your uni and your med school? That doesn't even make sense. No. You already completed those things. You are a physician's associate. You can work anywhere.
They both have jobs that you can work anywhere. He's a teacher and she's, in orthopedics. So
yeah. And so she says, I'm willing to make it work if you are. And he says, this is marriage. It's a big deal. I just don't know yet. And she says, we only have 2 options here.
Yeah.
I move or you move. And I went, well, there's a third option, and that's nobody moves and we break up.
Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen.
He says, I'm not saying I'm not going to move. And she's like, is it the distance or something else going on here? Her intuition, and Cuba calls that out later.
Yes.
She's like, your intuition is telling you something's wrong here.
Yeah.
And she goes, let's just talk about this at home. Yeah. Now Fran's parents are telling her they really like Jack. And we learn that Jack is a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a chef, but he's also like a carpenter, and he does this and he does that. And, mom says, what's he going to do in London? Like, he better pay rent. Now, did you get the feeling that Faye's parents have money?
There's something probably like, they're like, he's not going to live off of us, is he?
Right. And they're kind of like, do you have a boat? And Jack's like, no, I don't have a boat. Like, they feel to me like they're not too concerned. Like, maybe Faye makes enough money that she's got this. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, they seem, and I wish, and I know, like, if you're English, you kind of know where people are from and their status with their accents. So I wonder if,
Yeah. Well, she says something in the pods. Remember, he says, what is your family going to think about you bringing in a Southerner? And she's like, oh, da, da, da. So there is a class thing here.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure. The only reference I know to this is that Peaky Blinders, they were all from Birmingham. Yeah. And that was considered lower class than Londoners.
Oh, okay.
But again, our UK BDFs, please reach out and correct us.
Yes, let us know.
So now Chevanique shows up. She looks like $1 million.
And I feel like when she walked in, they should have played like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, because Joseph's like,
yeah.
So Joseph pulls her for a chat, and Chevanique starts. This goes real awry real quick.
Yeah.
And it gets heated. And
Very
basically,
fast.
Chevanique's like, I heard something from Kira that there was an issue between you. And I'm not going to get into semantics because it's so stupid. But
Yeah.
basically, she's trying to say, like, you left it open-ended with me at the pods. And Francesca comes over at some point and she's like, no, he didn't. And she's like, yes, he did. So Francesca's like, tell me what he said.
Yeah.
And she can't really produce the receipts here.
No, because there weren't any.
No, it's weird.
Yeah.
And Chevanique at one point is going, these things are recorded. I don't have to lie. And we did not see this in the pods.
Yeah.
I did not think Joseph was. Did it go on a little too long? Him having the two of them in the running? Maybe. But he did not. He even said to her, remember, I pointed this out, that he said to her in the pods, like, I'm sorry if I misled you yesterday, but blah, 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 blah.
He was going into that date to break up with her. And
100%.
she turned it around and basically convinced him to give her one more date.
100%. 100%.
But I think it's a pride. She doesn't want to say that she didn't get chosen.
I agree. Now we see Jack. Oh, wait, there is this little part after that chat where Francesca goes, I'm done with both of them. And Joseph says, Kira better not talk to me again.
Yeah.
Because Kira, the stirrer of all of this, sat there and said nothing.
And she pretty much sat there and went, what? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we see Jack getting real drunk.
Oh.
And Faye's asking him to watch how much he's drinking. Becca, it is her birthday. And she's a Libra. How dare you fuck up her birthday? And he says, don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, at that scene where they're chatting at the bar, like he turned for a split and you could tell she was like, oh shit. And then she was like, I love you. It's okay. It's all right. Like, let's have a drink. Like she saw it in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then that episode ends with her not being able to find him, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
So let me just wrap up Yasmin and Jordan, if I may.
Yes.
After the birthday party, their conversation continues when they get home. And she's like, is it really the distance? And she's like, I'll move to Birmingham, but you seem to not want me to. He kind of says, let's just kick it down the road. Yeah. But he later calls his mom and he's like, I'm having some doubts. She's lovely. And this is again where he's like, you know, she deserves someone to be genuine. She's so sweet. She's so like, he just says this over and over. She's a delicate flower. I don't want to hurt her. And mom is like, you owe it to her to be honest.
Yeah.
So
where did he friend zone her at? He friend zoned her somewhere.
I just don't think the connection was there from the start.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate it's happening to her too.
Yeah.
Because she's so insecure about her vitiligo. And that is just, this is reaffirming or reinforcing the idea that she's quote unquote not worthy. And I hate that for her because she's very worthy. And this is just not a good match.
And I think also like, oh, I've never had a serious relationship. Will I ever? Am I good in? Yeah. Yes.
So in the end, they talk and he's like, it is more than the distance. And he says, I care so much about you, but I have been in love before and I'm not feeling that spark. She cries, says nothing in this conversation fills me with confidence to get married. And it's a shame because I do believe we could have gotten there. And he says, I think the world of you. And she says, I feel the same. And then she cries and tells the camera, it feels like a failure. Like we just feel like we failed.
No.
So, yeah, that's it. They break up.
So they're done, huh?
They're done. Okay, before we get into the Faye and Jack, do you have any of your couples to wrap up?
Yeah, let me wrap up really quickly. We have a little bit with AJ and Kira. So after the party, AJ's parents are going to meet each other. Like they are going to meet her.
Yes.
And they're lovely. And we find out that there is an Indian part of their culture in India is that you give someone a hand invitation. And when you give it to them in their hand, you give them a box of sweets. And AJ went to the Indian store to pick these up and he's very nervous and he's teaching Kira about this. and everything goes lovely. I don't know why his parents didn't want to be on
Parents
camera.
are lovely.
They had an arranged marriage, so they kind of understand this.
How about what Dad said about AJ? He's like, he is the best child. I was like, oh my
Yes.
God.
That you couldn't, he's everything that you would want in a son, a parent could ask for.
Doesn't he say, though, he's the best at some point? Because I remember thinking,
Yeah,
he's
he
got
says,
a younger brother.
He said, AJ is my eldest son, and he is the best child a parent can ask for.
Okay. All right. That's a little better than he's the best child, which is what I thought. As a younger sib, I was like immediately, we're not doing this.
I feel like he was saying,
you're my favorite.
First is the best because they're the eldest, they're the smartest, the funniest.
Sure.
But then we get this real quick scene where AJ's cooking and cleaning and dusting, and Kira is practicing her handstands.
A headstand. She was doing a headstand.
A headstand, yeah. She for a
Very
long time.
impressive.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yep.
But then we get this scene, and the house is beautifully decorated with Diwali, all the flowers and
This
the
was
colors.
amazing.
And I am very fortunate to have a wonderful group of Indian friends in my life. And I have gotten to go to a Diwali celebration.
nice.
And it's beautiful, and it's tons of flowers. And I'm not exactly sure. It's a celebration of lights. I think that's what it stands for, I believe. But it's just, there's a whole, like, you light these candles, and it's just really, really cool experience. But
Yeah.
Kira is leaning in, and she wants to know more about his culture, and she's telling him how much she loves him, and he's crying. And I believe in their love.
Okay.
How
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
And then we just get a little bit of after the party with Francesca and Joseph. And it's them just talking and making breakfast and like just recapping the whole what happened after the party
With Chev,
yeah. And Francesca tells Joseph that she's always going to have his back in public, but privately she's always going to need to know what's going on. And
that was smart. Didn't you think that was smart?
Yeah, I liked that. Like, I'm always going to have your back, but like, don't make me look like a fool too. Like, and he said, Joseph tells her that he is here for her, and he would not have asked her to marry him if he wasn't serious. And of course, you know, Kira gets blamed for her meddling. And Francesca says, listen, we're not here to make friends. Let's not focus on everybody else. Let's just focus on each other. And then they turn their living room into a spa and do spa treatments on each other.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the main event.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh,
so we last left these two at the end of episode 7, where Faye is calling Jack, and a very nice British robot says, sorry, we cannot connect your call.
Yeah.
So now Faye tells us that she said Jack came home, gave her a kiss on the forehead. She went to bed. Few hours later, she woke up. He was gone. She's furious. She says she could not track him on Find My Friends, and that was weird.
Yes.
He's like, so he's there. So here's basically what happened before I get into the semantics of them fighting. He slept for half an hour on the couch after being that drunk.
Yeah.
And then goes off the grid for 2 hours and appears like 2 hours away later.
Yeah.
And says he has walked that far in his sliders. Okay.
And has to take an Uber home. That's how far he is.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't know why I'm not in your Find My Friends. And I didn't think it was a big deal to let you know where I was going. And she said, I was texting you and calling you and you did not respond. And you told me you went for a walk. And then later you resurfaced 2 hours away. And I just wrote, nope. He says, I'm 30 years old. I'm going for a walk. He says, I've been single. I'm not used to telling somebody where I go. And she goes, I've been single for 10 years. And I would tell you I was going for a walk.
Yeah.
Now they fight over Find a Friend. And he's like, check it now. Check it now. And it's still saying no location found. I don't know why it's doing that. Dude, you turned your location off.
Yep.
Bottom line.
Yep.
Period. End of sentence.
Steve and I did this experiment yesterday.
Go ahead. Let's talk about it. Because you guys had quite the discussion about this.
Yeah. So Steve and I were going round and round about this. And, there was a part of Steve was like, okay, I can kind of relate with Faye because you have been known to get a lot of nervous energy and go on a 2 to 3 hour walk.
Which is absolutely fine in and of itself.
Yes. And he's like, it makes me nervous because I know when you are on these walks, you aren't going to probably answer my phone call. You're in your head. You're doing your thing to process.
But notice Steve knows you're going on the walk.
Yes. Like I'm always like, I'm going on the walk,
Exactly. That's the missing piece here.
Yes. And he goes, but you've never taken my friends off. He goes, now there's times where I've checked and I can tell, the service is not good there because of how it's still like loading. And so then we were talking about the whole 5 new friends. So then we did 2 things. Steve turned his phone off and
completely off.
And I went back on to see Find My Friends. It still shows you. It shows you in the last location it could pick you up. And it is red. And so everybody else was green.
Is Find My Friend the same thing as Find My iPhone?
Yeah, that's at least where we go and we're looking. Yeah.
Okay. Because I have my kids on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could see everybody else was green and it showed me where they were. His was red and it said our address and like 27 minutes ago.
Okay.
So then he took me off of his friend.
Like stop sharing location.
Stop sharing location. When I went to look for him, the whole screen was gray, just like hers. And where his picture should be, it was an empty face, like he did not exist. So he took her. He went on the app and defriended her or removed.
Yes. Yep.
His phone wasn't dead. His phone wasn't off.
Nope.
There wasn't a service error. He did it on purpose.
You don't.
Why?
I'm sorry. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Yeah.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a fuckboy. Yeah. And Jack has given fuckboy energy from day one. And I would not. 22-year-old me would have put up with this. 48-year-old me, no.
No.
No, I don't buy it.
Faye keeps saying, but he doesn't know anyone here. Where would he go? Oh, he knows someone here.
Well, let's put it this way. They're all in the same building together.
Yeah.
So did he go out with one of the pod squad? I know the extras from the pod aren't in the building, but I'm sure they're around.
They were all at the party because a whole bunch of extras came in. Yeah.
I just feel like this guy, this happened at 6 a.m. after he slept for half an hour. He's still drunk at this point. I've done that. I've come home, slept for 25 minutes, and I wake up and I'm still drunk.
And he put her to bed and went out on the couch. What was he doing in that 30 minutes that he was sleeping?
Yeah. I'm telling you, we're going to find out that he met somebody from outside, somebody who was in the experiment. It's not Kira. I don't think he's into Kira.
No. And she's not going to be out late at night with a man in slides.
Not for her. Street life is not for her. No.
She's in her home, in her bed. AJ has fluffed the pillows already. She's got to get in.
So now she goes and tells her parents about it. Don't forget, too, they were meeting her parents, formally.
Yeah.
So she tells them about it. Good for her.
Yes.
And Dad's like, this doesn't sound good. And Mom's like, he was in sliders?
Yeah.
And Faye says it was scary that he's capable of this. And do not forget, too, she's calling him. She's texting him. Yes, maybe you wouldn't answer your phone now for Steve, but when you were first dating him, you would have answered.
And here's the thing. If Steve is calling and texting me repeatedly,
you're worried something's wrong.
That's a different situation. She even said that she got up out of bed and went around the apartment building looking for him, thinking he was outside drunk.
This reminds me of the couple, remember, were they in Charlotte where they met up in the parking lot?
Mm.
And then they jet skied at the party. Oh, that was wild. That was wild. So later Jack comes in and, they're talking to the parents together and he's applying for jobs, sales jobs, any sales jobs. I'm just going to sell anything. Vandalay Industries, import, export. And Faye tells them, she goes, I told them about this morning, just so you know.
Yeah.
And he got no sleep. He looks like shit because he's still drunk, probably.
Oh, I feel like he just smells like alcohol and cigarettes.
And mom is laser focused on the Find My Friend situation. And mom tells the camera, we have to hope he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Later, they're back at home and he does the classic manipulation with her. He's very upset that she doesn't trust him, turning the argument on her. She asks him, would you be comfortable if I took my location off for you? And he says, no, but I didn't do that. He says, I showed you. She's like, no. You did it.
Yeah.
You did it. And he doesn't want the kind of relationship where we have to go through each other's phone. That is non-negotiable. I bet you don't want somebody going through your phone.
Oh, no. But see how he turns it? And the way she is speaking to him, so calm. She's, I would be screaming.
Yeah.
She's even toned, talking kindly, not being aggressive. And he's like, oh, you just want to go and look at all my messages. You just want to go through my phone. That's not what she's saying at all.
Nope. He says, you either trust me or you don't. Then he says, I went off grid. I'm not a modern city person.
I'm just from Cornwall. I'm a beach bum.
Things. Then he says, one of the things I love about you the most is that you want to fight for this and you love me for who I am. I'm going to stop you right there. This weaponization of you love me for who I am is like, AKA, I can fuck up and you love me through it because you love me for, quote, who I am, end quote. Like, you'll never hold me to a higher standard. And that's why I love you so much.
And I feel, I'm going to say something a little controversial. We can cut it if you want. I feel like he uses his diagnosis to manipulate the situation. Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Like, oh, you can't be upset with me. I have ADHD. I just can't pay attention to you.
He is showing up for his partner. He's showing up and saying, this is who I am. I'm not changing.
Yep.
I'm going to fuck up. That's why I told the guys I shared my location with you in the first place, is because I know you'll have to come scrape me off the sidewalk somewhere when I'm drunk. I'm a fuck up. And you can never expect me to do any better.
Nope.
But that's okay because you love me for who I am. And that's one of the best things about you. It is so fucking manipulative.
The best thing about you is that you love me.
Exactly. The best thing about you is that you will love me no matter what I do to you.
Yep. You're going to put up with all of my bullshit.
Yep.
Oh, and she's too good for that. Oh, Faye.
Guys, let us know, where do you think he went?
Yeah.
And what do you think is happening? That's what I need to know.
And
it was, by the way, it was Jeremy who spelled his name weird in the Charlotte season, who ran off with Sarah Ann on the jet ski, and they met in the parking lot that night. Anyway, go ahead. I had to look it up.
And if you're familiar, I'm only been there one time, so I'm by no means familiar. Is a 2-hour walk from London unrealistic? I don't know, because here in my area, a 2-hour walk, I can walk from the city, down to Google, So
yeah.
I don't know.
Timmy and I walked from Fisherman's Wharf to Sausalito.
Yeah.
It was about a 2-hour walk.
So is that crazy as well? Let's take the sliders out of it, because walking around in sliders is crazy. But is a 2-hour walk a normal thing in London? You know what I mean?
I just think if it was a regular day where they weren't out drinking the night before and they had, gone to bed together at 11:30 and then he got up at 6 and went for a run, because he does say he runs, for a run or a walk, I don't think I would think much of it, you know.
No.
And if he answered her text when she texted him, like, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
Or if he left a little note by the bed, gone for a run.
Yeah.
But the circumstances leading up to that, he was at that party. Who did he connect with
There's
at that party?
something, it makes me feel like they got home and he was waiting for her to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then he snuck out the back door.
I know. Oh.
And she deserves so much more than that. I'm going to be so pissed if he cheated on her.
Same.
Ooh.
Same. Are you going to go watch episodes 9, 10 immediately after we finish this?
It took everything in me to not watch them yesterday.
Agree. Guys, just a quick programming note. The episodes 9 and 10 of this come out on, I think, Wednesday they drop. Our episodes will either be out Thursday or Friday. It's going to depend on if we get Married at First Sight screeners.
Yeah.
Because that finale is also coming this week. So we got a lot going on here.
We have a lot of couples. We have a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a lot of breakups to go through. We're a mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Becca, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you guys are vibing with our coverage,
yes,
please leave us a 5-star review if you think we've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, we have a whole podcast over on Little Miss Recap. So you can look for podcasts anywhere where we cover a whole bunch of other stuff.
There's so much shows that we cover.
So much. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.